You know what kills me? This whole, oh, we need to go back to school in person because kids aren't learning anything. I get kids need to go back to school, but stop saying they're not learning anything in remote learning because let's keep it real, right? When kids was going to school, right? The kids that's on Zoom or Google Meet that got their camera off not saying nothing, that's equivalent to you being in the back of the class not paying attention, not raising your hand. That's equivalent to you being in class talking to your friend, not being engaged. That's equivalent to you coming into class halfway through the period. That's equivalent to you asking to go to the bathroom and being gone for 20 to 30 minutes. It's the same equivalence. That's equivalent to cutting class. That's equivalent to going to lunch instead of class. That's equivalent to going to gym instead of going to class. It's the same thing. And it's like another thing is with this whole thing, with the engagement, y'all acting like when we was in person, when you ask a question, how many kids really raise their hand? Out of the 20, 30 kids that's there, how many kids really raise their hand? It's about 5 or 6 kids that may raise their hand consistently every time, right? Depending on the question. I teach math, so maybe different. Like, come on, we not gonna say kids ain't learning anything, that's why we gotta go back in person. Nah, y'all just want the kids to be in school so they can take standardized tests at the end of the year. That's what it really is. Companies are losing money because people ain't taking tests. That's all this is really about. Let's just keep it a buck. If y'all say that, then cool. You know what I mean? But don't say, oh, we gotta go back because kids ain't learning anything. Like, y'all know why kids ain't learning anything, right? We didn't prepare kids to work independently when we was in school. There's a lot of hand-holding when we was in person. A lot of hand-holding. Then when we got to do remote learning, they're like, oh, we got to do it by ourselves? Because they used to people holding their hand during, not every teacher does it, but they get a lot of hand-holding in class. You know what I mean? We didn't prepare these kids to work independently on their own. I'm going to just speak for I tried to, but it's like, it's hard. We really didn't, actually, all of us, we really didn't prepare them to work independently. You know what I mean? Like giving them resources. You gotta teach kids how to study. You gotta teach kids how to use resources. This is not a skill that they just acquire by themselves. This isn't the millennial generation, where we grew up where people that have to really tell us how to study or look through our notes, we already knew it. These kids, you gotta teach them everything. You know what I'm saying? We gotta teach those skills. You know what I'm saying? That's something that's learned. You gotta teach that. So yeah, like come on, man. Like don't say that. You know what I mean? Keep it real. You know why y'all want to go back to school in person. You know what I mean? Don't lie now. Don't lie and say kids ain't learn anything. Cause now you shitting on teachers like we ain't teaching nothing. You know what I'm saying? And we not even gonna get into why kids ain't learn anything. We're not even gonna get into that because that's a whole nother 5 minutes. But y'all get my point where I'm going with this. Comment your thoughts below. Let me know what you think.